Temperatures continue to climb this week. We could hit 100 degrees by Thursday and maybe stay there into the weekend. We'll track if there's any rain that could cool us.
Beat the heat. The creative ways to keep cool this morning as temperatures soar close to triple digits.
Either have to get the last best and final offer, or we're just going to have to hit the street and set up picket line.
The last chance to stop a strike. What the Schnucks truck drivers want from today's meeting with corporate and what this means for you.
Changes coming to your morning commute. Why you could get to your Metro bus stop faster this morning.
Phase 2 of the Improve I-70 project is underway. The road closures happening this week in St. Charles County.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, June the 17th. I'm Rennie Knott.
And I'm Michelle Lee. Great to see you on this Monday. Great to see you, Anthony Slaughter.
Great to see you.
Don't love the forecast.
No,
though.
I don't
Being
either.
So hot.
Yeah, the dog days of summer are here. We hit 97 yesterday for our high temperature. We'll be in that same ballpark today, but we have thunderstorms as well. You'll notice when you step out the door this morning just how humid it is, and all of that humidity is going to collect into the clouds later today and create a few thunderstorms, but they should be spotty. That live look in downtown shows that hazy view that we can see and some of the clouds starting to develop because of all that humidity. It's at 81 at Lambert, so numbers did not cool much. 70s elsewhere from Warrenton, Chesterfield, and all of the 5 in your side viewing area. All of our communities on the Illinois side there as well. So we go into the afternoon with high temperatures about 96 today in St. Louis, 93 in Alton, and 94 in Belleville, and a chance of storms this afternoon. They're not expected to be severe, but they could cause you to put your outdoor plans on pause today. We'll talk about the rest of the week's forecast. In the meantime, let's get you out the door, headed to summer camp, work, summer school, the whole nine. Paul's here to track your traffic. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Anthony. That's right. If you're out and about today, of course, it's going to be hot, which is a distraction right there. But you also are going to deal with construction like this. A lot of 67s all across our St. Louis area. We start in Jefferson County, Crystal City, 67 at 55. Those ramps are going to be closed as they are working and reworking the pavement there. I want to take this map, though, and move up to the Metro. You see a lot of different construction we have talked about, and we'll be going over a little bit more here this morning. But the one we've been talking about a lot is the I-70 project, Improve I-70, Bryan Road, and then at Wentzville Parkway you have construction. We're going to grab this map and even move up here to Alton where you have construction as well at 67 right there by the Clark Bridge, and well, that will be closed, the right lane. We'll have another take of traffic coming your way soon.
Right now, the water in St. Anne is back on after a water main break near St. Charles Rock Road in Cypress. Crews with Missouri American Water worked overnight to repair the main that broke around 7:30 last night. The problem was fixed around 2 o'clock this morning. Now, if you are turning on your water for the first time since those repairs, you may see some discolored water coming out of your faucet. Right now, there's no two ways about it. It is hot, folks, with temperatures nearing triple digits.
Our Mercedes McKay is joining us live from Florissant this morning with some tips on how to stay cool. Really great information this morning, Mercedes.
Good morning, Rennie and Michelle. You know, as Anthony has been mentioning all morning long, this heat is here to stay throughout the week. So right now it's a little after 6 o'clock this morning. It's still tolerable outside right now. We're getting some gust of wind right now, but we do know as that sun comes up, it's just going to keep getting hotter and hotter. So right now we're live outside of the Coke Park Aquatic Center in Florissant. This actually just opened up a few weeks ago. This community pool, along with all the others across the St. Louis County area, is a great way to keep you and your family cool this week during the extreme heat. Here's some other resources to keep you cool across the St. Louis City area. You can bring the kids to City Gardens water area, St. Louis Public Libraries, or the Tandy and Wool Rec Centers. Now, all of these are considered cooling centers, and if you need immediate help in the heat, please call 211. Now, when it comes to heat safety, the biggest worry is heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So here are some tips on how to avoid that this morning. Drink plenty of water or drinks with electrolytes, wear loose and lighter colored clothing, and put on that sunscreen. Now, also make sure to stay in the shade and plan outdoor activities for those cooler parts of the day. I actually spoke with a doctor at Mercy Hospital St. Louis. He says the first heat wave always causes the most issues.
historically, that first heat wave of the season, we do tend to see a few more patients come in with heat exhaustion and heat stroke. They're just not acclimatized to the weather and not used to it. As the summer goes on, those numbers tend to drop down, but we typically concern that very first heat wave we get.
Some symptoms of heat-related illnesses to look out for: headaches, fatigue, exhaustion, weakness, dizziness. Make sure you're really listening to your body throughout the week and take those breaks when you need to. Now, as it gets hotter, we know that those utility bills are just going to keep spiking up. So coming up in the next half hour, I'll share some resources with you if you need some help paying that bill. Live in Florissant, Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Mercedes. For a complete list of cooling centers near you, text the word HEAT to 314-425-5355 and we will send you a link.
This morning, a man is charged with stabbing and killing his mom and an 11-year-old girl in a Berkeley home. Laurent O'Kane is being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of armed criminal action. Police arrived to the home on Redford Road Saturday afternoon, and that is where they found the victims and O'Kane. Right now, he is being held without bond. St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell reacted to the crime, saying, in part, "I personally went to the scene yesterday, and what occurred is unspeakable and horrific. We intend to hold the individual responsible for these murders fully accountable."
This morning, you may have seen the warning signs of a possible strike at Schnucks. Well, in a few hours, negotiations will heat up between the grocery store and the truck drivers. Now, if a deal isn't reached today, it could mean fewer foods on your store shelves. Our Sydney Stallworth is live for us this morning in Concord with the details on today's meeting and the possible next steps. Sydney?
Well, Rennie, that's exactly right. In about 4 hours, Schnucks truck drivers and representatives from this grocery store chain will be meeting at the negotiation table again to try to draft up a new contract. And this is the 3rd attempt in the past 3 months. And it was just days ago that 5 on Your Side was out in store parking lots with drivers as they passed out these pamphlets to customers sharing their grievances. And one of their biggest ones, pay.
We're starting at a deficit right now, I would say, of $1.50 to $2 an hour, because our last contract, like I said, was negotiated during COVID. And, cost of livings went through the roof. Everyone else has been getting 8-10% increases along the way, and we're just nowhere near there. Quipco, which is our maintenance facility, they got more than us. When Local 88, the meat cutters negotiated, they got more than they're offering us right now, and I just don't think they're offering us a fair wage at this point.
Union leaders tell 5 on Your Side Schnucks needs to step up health benefits on top of what they call a long overdue pay bump. If a deal isn't reached, I'm told drivers could go on strike as early as Wednesday. Now, this all started back in April when the first contract negotiation fell through. And just last Wednesday, drivers voted down the second contract with about 90% against it. I did reach out to Schnucks about the contract negotiations and this informational picket that drivers are doing. A representative issued this statement that reads in part, quote, "While we are disappointed that the proposal did not pass, we remain committed to continuing discussions at the bargaining table on Monday, June 17th. That is today, and that negotiation meeting, I'm told, starts at 10 a.m. Of course, 5 on Your Side will stay on top of this. We're going to be touching base with drivers after that meeting, and we'll bring you the very latest on air and online, of course, at KSDK.com. That's the very latest from Concord. I'm Sydney Stallworth, 5 on Your Side.
Thanks so much, Sydney. Okay, Metro Transit riders, listen up, because today there will be schedule and route adjustments to 23 Metro bus routes.
Metro Transit added more buses on 15 routes. It's also resuming evening service on 4 routes in North County. Metro says it's still hiring more drivers as well. As they get trained, Metro will add more evening bus routes throughout the year.
And O'Fallon, Missouri drivers will soon have construction to deal with. This is a live look at I-70, where today we know the crews will start a 2-month bridge rehab project on the Bryan Road overpass. The on and off ramps will stay open, but the overpass should reopen by mid-August.
Right now, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower is fighting Houthi rebels in the Red Sea. How the captain is using Taco Tuesday as a combat strategy.
Celebrating with everyone, the emotional moment from the U.S. Open going viral this morning.
And as you head outside at some point today, it's still very humid. Our numbers didn't cool much. We'll be up near 90 at 10 o'clock this morning and mid-90s this afternoon. There is a chance of a brief downpour later on this afternoon into this evening.